Thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. As Lorna mentioned, my name's Libby Timms and I am the EPA Pro Platform Specialist for City and Guilds. And I'm going to provide with you this morning a live demonstration of what Lorna's outlined on the PowerPoint presentation. Okay. So just to point out right at the beginning, registering apprentices is exactly the same. That has not changed. And also Gateway. So under the Gateway section, once you have registered your apprentices, they will automatically sit in the Enrolled tab. And once you have confirmed the date for EPA, they will sit in the Confirmed status, as you can see here. So if we go along, let's have a look at Apprentice Demo 1. And as we go along to the Process button, this is where you would normally upload all your Gateway evidence as you currently do for your apprentices. However, what you will find is that there will be no requirement to upload any forms, whether it's for a planning meeting or for a cohort booking. The apprentice details, again, is exactly the same, where you would have to confirm the apprentice's details that you have registered onto EPA Pro. And then step 4 is the question section. So the questions really are all the questions that were asked by the forms that we were asking you to upload at Gateway, and they have been built here. It is a free text field. So for this particular apprentice, we will be going through the assessment booking, and that is because we can see this at the top here. So the first question is, for the EPA events, can we just have a name or phone number for the contact on the day? And as I mentioned, this is completely a free text field. I won't put my normal home number in. At the bottom here, please confirm where the EPA events will take place. So is this venue anywhere different to what we have in the workplace details within EPA Pro? That's what we'll put. No, the same. Oh, type properly this morning. The same as in EPA Pro. And there's a section then for additional notes. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us? And you can add that information in here. Now, as Lorna did mention, we do have these set up at Gateway. These questions are all Gateway set up standard specific, okay? However, if it is that you still require a planning meeting, it's at the bottom here where you would just fill those dates in only, and it's only for the planning meeting. And again, that's if you're finding that your apprentices are really finding a benefit of holding these planning meetings and meeting their IEPAs face to face. Step 5, exactly the same. It's the declaration at the bottom here. So we just do the tick boxes here and we sign this off. And we submit our Gateway. And then once Gateway's been submitted, it will follow exactly the same process. So for the next example, I'm going to show you is my apprentice demo 15. And my apprentice is registered on the diploma for hair professionals, the barbering standard. And this is just to show you an example of what the questions look like within EPA Pro. So again, step 1 is where you would upload your evidence as required. Step 3 is your apprentice details that you would confirm with the tick box here. And step 4, questions. So you can see here, this is for hairdressing and barbering. And you can see the questions are really about how many apprentices will be assessed at one time. So is this forming part of a cohort booking? Okay. And once again, it is a free text field. For those standards where there can be a cohort or one too many, it will be highlighted here up to the ratio of apprentices for that assessment component. And again, the questions are very similar. Who's going to be the contact on the day of the EPA event? Where will the EPA event take place, if other than the workplace details that you've provided on EPA Pro? And some very basic questions about, especially with the face-to-face ones, is car parking available? And any other information you would like to share with us. Again, these are all free text fields. And then you just do your normal tick boxes as you normally would, and then you would sign Gateway off here. And then for my apprentice demo 16, who's registered on the chef de partie standard, again, exactly the same, where you would upload your evidence, your apprentice details that you have registered onto EPA Pro. And for this standard, there is a planning meeting required, okay? So again, at this point, we're going to be asking questions for you to provide us up to 3 dates and times that you are available for a planning meeting. Same process is exactly as it is at the moment. These planning meetings can take between 10 and 15 minutes, and it's just an opportunity if your apprentices will be joining to meet their IEPA, alternatives to confirm the dates of the EPA events. So that process is very similar, it's just that the questions have now been built into EPA Pro. So once then Gateway's gone through and Gateway has been approved, you will receive an email notification to state that the Gateway has now been approved for this apprentice, providing that you have the email notifications enabled on EPA Pro. So as soon as Gateway's been approved, if you go to your planning tab here, you will see a new one called Assessment Bookings. And here will be your apprentices. Okay, so let's have a look at Test Demo 2. Test Demo is registered on the Chef de Partie standard. So we select the apprentice and select the option Bulk Book Apprentices. And then what you can see here are all the assessment components that need to be undertaken by your apprentice for their endpoint assessment. What we are advising at the moment is that the Evolve online test is currently booked as it is through Wall Garden. Okay, so there's no need to tick this component here. But I will tick the remaining 3 components, as you can see. Step 2 is a schedule. Okay, so this is where you're going to book your dates into EPA Pro that you would like the events to take place. So what you will see is a calendar that you can go from week to week on. And to the right-hand side are the assessment components, again, that need to be undertaken by your apprentice. And to book those dates into EPA Pro, you click on the assessment component and pop it in the date alongside the time here. So it's more of a click, lift, drag. There you go. Now you can move these around if you need to. So once you're happy that you've got your dates ready into EPA Pro, you go to the confirmation section here and you select your apprentice. Once happy, you select the option Book Apprentices. You'll get a little prompt at the top asking, are you sure you wish to book the selected apprentices? You select OK. That apprentice has now gone green and has now been removed from your assessment booking. Now that's gone straight to our EPA bookings team, who will then be aligning an available IEPA for you, okay? And once an IEPA has been made available and the booking has been confirmed, providing that you have the emails enabled on your communication settings, you will receive an email to say your booking has been confirmed. Alternatively, to the bell icon at the top here, we can also see that Apprentice 4 booking has been approved. Okay, so even if you have not got the email notifications enabled on your settings with an EPA Pro, you will also receive a notification within the bell icon. Okay, so if we look at Apprentice Demo 10, they are registered on the ILM Team Leader Supervisor standard. So I select the apprentice and select the option Bulk Book Apprentices. And there you go, the components listed. So for this particular one, because there's no Evolved, I've just selected all. And on your schedule here, okay. So if I move my calendar just a little bit along, and I can select the component and pop it in the calendar here. Now, if it is that we've got within the standard a portfolio of evidence that's required, we would always ask that the portfolio of evidence is booked in on the same day as a professional discussion. Confirmation, I'm just selecting my apprentice here and I'm booking the apprentice. And once again, that apprentice has now highlighted green and that's gone directly to our internal bookings team. Now for this example that I'm going to show for you is for the barbering standard, where we can have a ratio of up to 8 apprentices. So for these, I would select all here and select the option. As for the barbering standard, there is only one assessment component. You'll only see that one displayed here. Again, it's the schedule, it's just this calendar. What day would you like the practical observation to take place? And I've booked that in here. And the confirmation, because we've selected 2 apprentices at the time, so this is for a one-to-many or a cohort booking, you would select them all here. And once again, you just book the apprentices. They will go green, and your apprentices then will disappear from the assessment bookings page. And once again, they have now gone over to our bookings team, and they will be finding an available IEPA for you, okay? If we are unavailable to commit to the date that you have requested, one of our internal coordinators will contact you to offer you an alternative date, okay? And only if you're happy with that, the bookings team will confirm that date to you. And once again, you will be notified of the confirmation of the booking. Just one of the benefits, because there is multiple for this new process we are rolling out, is the fact that as soon as your booking has been confirmed, the assessment progress tab will then display here. Okay, so your apprentices will show straight away to enable you to start uploading evidence if that is a requirement against the standard. Okay, so we can see that booking has been confirmed and you are now ready to start uploading evidence. Again, it's just bringing that time a little bit shorter. So once you've got your evidence, you can just get it straight into EPA Pro straight away. Now I'm just going to show you under the planning section here, under the Manage Planning Meetings tab. Okay. Once your bookings have been confirmed, you will see that they will sit straight into in progress. Okay. So if you're using the assessment booking where you are booking your dates into EPA Pro, once they've been confirmed, they will sit in the status in progress. And by selecting the view plan option, you can see the components to the right-hand side. If we are waiting for confirmation, so on this filter here, you've got filter by meeting status. I select scheduled. There's no apprentices that are scheduled for any events or planning meetings. If I go to unscheduled, yep, we've got nothing on schedule. So everything that I put through to EPA Pro for the dates have now been approved by our internal bookings team. Okay, so anything that's in progress, you will see them here and they've all been booked in. But once again, if it is that you have not got the email notification switched on your account within EPA Pro, you will always have confirmation come through on that bell icon to say your booking's been confirmed. And again, you can check that within this Manage Planning Meeting section here. And that is a very whistle stop show of the assessment booking process. Back to you, Lorna.
Thanks, Lib. I actually think that we've, between us,